For the next 2 weeks, we're going to hear the story about Daniel and the lion's den. Daniel was an honorable man who was a great prophet and who served God. Daniel was an Israelite who had been captured and taken away from his home to serve a foreign king. Many years after he had been captured, Daniel was serving under a king called Darius, who was a king over the Median kingdom. The Medes lived in what is the country of Iran today. King Darius saw that Daniel was such a great and honest worker that he wanted to make him ruler over his entire kingdom. Only King Darius would have more power than Daniel had. But some mean men who served the king didn't like Daniel or how honest he was. They didn't want to see Daniel rule over them. But they knew that the only way they could get Daniel into trouble was if they tried to make him do something that God said was wrong. The mean men knew that God said it was wrong to pray to anyone except him. So they decided to use this to get Daniel in trouble by tricking the king. The mean men told King Darius that he was a great and mighty king, so great and mighty that everyone should pray to him and not to anyone or anything else. They told King Darius that he should make a law that anyone who prays to anybody other than the king for the next 30 days should be thrown into the lion's den. Well, it was wrong for Daniel to pray to King Darius, but the king wasn't thinking about that at the time. So the king was tricked by the mean men into making it against the law for anyone to pray to anyone except him. When Daniel heard about the law, he knew that it would be wrong for him to stop praying to God as he always had done before. So every day he prayed in front of his open window where everyone could see him. When the mean men saw Daniel praying, they knew that their trick had worked, and they quickly told King Darius about what Daniel was doing. When the king found out, he was very sad because he knew he had been tricked. But there was nothing that he could do to change the law that he had made. So even though he didn't want to, King Darius was forced to throw Daniel into the lion's den, where he had a stone placed over the entrance so that nobody could get in or out. And we're going to find out what happens to Daniel next week.